Hi, welcome back to imei.info channel, and today I'll tell you 5 things to check using your imei number if you're buying a used phone. So let's begin with checking the imei number. Of course, if you're buying a used phone, you'll not always have access to the phone. You may want to check it before you buy it, but those 3 methods, you can tell them to the seller, or if you're buying it in person, then you can check it yourself. So there are 3 methods of checking the imei. All of them will do basically the same thing. Choose whichever one is suitable for you. The first one is going to your phone's dial pad in the phone app, as you can see right here. In the dial pad, type in a special code which will open your imei. It's *#06#. Now, you'll have 2 imei numbers if your device supports dual SIM, because imei number is a unique number that is assigned to your device. And if your device supports more than 1 SIM at a time, then it has more than 1 imei. And you can use whichever one of those to verify your phone data. Now, another method is going to the settings, and here it's gonna get a little different depending on what type of device you have. If you have an iPhone, it's gonna be like in my case. If you have a different device like an Android phone, then it may be in somewhere else. I'll try to explain where you can look for it. So let's first try on iPhone. In Settings app, go to General, then go to About. Now, scroll down until you find available SIMs. Here you'll have 2 imei numbers, and also you can use whichever one of those. These are the same imei numbers. If you have an Android phone, on the other hand, then the imei number may be in different places depending on what phone you have. Sometimes at the very top or at the very bottom of the main page of settings, you'll have About Phone or Phone Info tab. That's where you should look for the imei. And if you go into that tab and it doesn't open the imei in the first place, you may want to go into some inside settings like, let's say, status. There's status or SIM or stuff like that, and that should help you find your imei. Now, the last method is applicable only if you have the original box from the phone. If you have the original box that you know is for sure the box from the phone, on the back of it, you'll see imei numbers. You can see I have 2, imei and imei2, and you can use them both in order to check the imei. Now, let's move on to checking the imei. We will be checking 5 different things on imei.info website. The first one is device identity. It's worth checking your origin, model, and specification, not only to know it, but also to verify whether the phone that you're buying is original. So let's enter the imei number from the phone into our imei.info website. Click on Check imei, and you can see I have all the info. It's iPhone 12, and yes, it is. You can even see that the box has the same exact image as the website. It has some things like date of release, the operating system, the chipset, and stuff like that. It's great to know it, but we have a few more important stuff to know. So, first of all, the fact that it displays iPhone 12 is the first green flag. You know that if you're buying an iPhone 12, if it displays iPhone 12, it's great. If you're buying a Samsung Galaxy S25 and it displays that, then it's great. Now, let's see more info. Let's expand it. Here is just specifications, so you can verify with the seller whether the specification they have provided is the same as here. You can go to full device specification and view basically everything. Now let's do some checks. And here are a few different checks. Some of them are free and some of them are paid. And the paid checks give you more data. They cost about, I believe, like $4 each. But I think it's worth it if you're buying a phone and you're not really sure whether it's original. Okay, now moving on to the Origin. We've checked the model, we've checked the specs. For Origin, on iPhones, it's actually paid. On Android devices, it may be not paid. But on iPhone, it is paid, unfortunately. And you can see in advanced checks, there is Apple Carrier and lock status FMI. And this will tell us the origin of the phone, which means the country it was bought in. And that also may say a lot. You can verify whether the seller is being truthful, if there's nothing weird going on here. So you can go to Apple Carrier and lock status FMI, then click on make an order. Actually, the price has dropped to $4. I didn't even know that. You can click on that, then enter your email address, select credit card with Stripe. You probably know Stripe payment method, so it is pretty secure. You can agree to the terms and conditions and pay with Stripe checkout, and I'll get back to you when I do it. I did it, I waited for like about 15 seconds, and the result is here. And as you can see, we have the info the device was unlocked, and that's great. We'll be getting to that in a moment. So like, don't lose your result just yet. You can scroll down, and once you scroll down, you can see there is the purchase country, and it's Poland in my case. And that's actually true, and it's nothing weird here. If it seems weird for you what result you've gotten, you can always ask the seller and ask them to explain like why, and maybe they'll know, but you just need to ask them. But if their explanation is weird, then maybe there's something going on. Okay, now for other brand phones, let's see in the imei checker tab on imei.info, you can see there are some example ones. You can also click on show them all, and you can find Motorola, warranty and country check, Lenovo, warranty and country check, Xiaomi, warranty and activation status. You can just choose whichever one you want to check for the type of device that you have. I'm gonna select Samsung country check. Then you can enter the imei, of course, here, and for Samsung, it says it's a paid check. You can see it right here on the website. And as I scroll down, there will be an example result. I have an example result here. Here it says ship to country, and I know it says sold by country as well. It doesn't really matter. The ship to country in Samsung actually matters, and it's Poland, so it was bought there. And now let's also try maybe a different one, like Huawei maybe. It's a warranty country checker, and you can find that in Huawei, it's actually in free checks, and you need to select the warranty check. Then as you scroll down here on this example website, you'll see the example result. This is actually for a router, but yeah, you can find some example result. This will tell you a lot for different devices. For Xiaomi, for example, it will be also something else, so feel free to check it out on your own. For Xiaomi, it's also a paid check, and it also tells you like the activation country, the purchase country, and everything like that. Now let's move on to the second section, which is SIM lock status, locked or unlocked. And as I said earlier, I'll get back to that. So now I'm getting back to that. You saw that in my website on imei.info, my device says it's unlocked. I can even scroll down and see more about it. It says that SIM lock status is unlocked. So I will know, I won't have any problems with SIM lock. I don't need to worry about that, and it's great. Now let's do the third thing, blacklist check. Blacklist is a list that your imei number gets put on once the device maybe has been stolen from a certain reseller, or there's something going on with the imei and the device shouldn't really be used, and there's something shady going on. If the device is blacklisted, you can check it on the website with blacklist check. And you can see in basic checks and advanced checks, there's Blacklist. And you can use the free check because it'll tell you whether the phone is blacklisted or not. Once it's blacklisted, if you want to learn more about the blacklist, like who reported it to blacklist and stuff like that, then you can use the premium check to learn more about it. But let's use the simple check first. I'm just gonna click on check blacklist status. Now you can see it's processing my order. It says I need to wait about 20 seconds. It was actually 5. It says the device is clean, which means it's not blacklisted. It's worth knowing that. If it was blacklisted though, then there is something shady going on. Now, as the fourth thing, we're getting back to our report, the paid report that we did earlier. And we're gonna check if our device is refurbished or replaced, or if it's just normal, original. And why it's important is because sometimes refurbished devices don't work as good as original. And it's not that the device is fake. It might have some parts replaced on the inside, and that makes the device just maybe not working as properly, and that may make you suspicious of something, especially if the seller didn't tell you about that earlier. Because if the seller doesn't tell you about something that you later find out, then it's not really good. So let's go to our report. And here you can see there are replaced device, replacement device, refurbished device, and loaner device, or demo unit. In my case, it's all no, which means the device is all okay. If it's a demo unit, then that's suspicious. Loaner, replaced, replacement, refurbished. As long as the seller tells you the truth about it, it may be okay. And you also need to understand what refurbished means, that maybe the battery isn't original because it was replaced with a new one that has 100% battery life but isn't the original one. Maybe the screen was replaced because it was a little scratched. Maybe something else. And on iPhones, maybe the Face ID doesn't work because the screen isn't original, and sometimes that happens. Now let's also see the fifth thing: warranty and activation dates. Warranty and activation dates are worth to know whether, for example, the phone was actually used. Sometimes someone will sell you the phone as new even though it was used. So it's worth checking if it was actually activated. Also, the warranty, sometimes they'll tell you the warranty is still there, but you later find out it's not. But it may be too late to find out then, so it's worth finding out now. You can see here on the iPhone, I have purchase date, and it says 2023-01-25, so it's for sure out of warranty now. Of course, on different devices, this position on the list may be named differently, maybe purchase date, maybe activation date, maybe something else. It's normal if it's named differently, just find it out on your own. There should be a warranty status for sure. Activation status, you can see in my case it's activated, so I know that it was used and that it's registered. And these are 5 checks. At the end, I'll do some tips for you to know more about checking your phone. So for bonus tips, first of all, remember to cross-check your device, not only on our imei.info website, even though we know that it's for sure providing you with the best results, it's always worth checking it on some Apple or Samsung website, or just the manufacturer website, because you never really know whether maybe Apple has something more to say about it. Just check it out on their website. Always meet sellers in public places. It's not only for making sure they don't run off with your money, but also for your security. If you tell them straight in the face that something's wrong, they may get a little aggressive. So be careful with it. A very important one: avoid phones that are still linked to someone's Apple account or Google account. It's best to, when you're meeting with a seller, make sure that the phone was reset and that you can set it all the way up, because if the phone that you're trying to buy is linked to an Apple or Google account, that's an activation lock, and that will make your device unable to function. You cannot bypass it in most cases on modern devices, and you probably won't be able to set it up if it's still linked to a Google or Apple account, even if it was reset. So try setting it up next to the seller. You can just skip most of the steps. Just try setting it up to the end, then you can reset it on your own and set it up in peace at home, but make sure that you can go through that setup process. And as the last thing, it's worth screenshotting your imei.info report so you avoid problems in the future. You have some sort of evidence of what you saw. And this will be about it. I hope that our video was helpful, and I hope that our tips are actually something that you'll use when you're buying a used phone. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel and visit our imei.info website. Feel free to also ask more questions in the comments. See you in the next one.